Hello and welcome to Too Much Desu. Today we're talking about an awesome anime with our co-host Sammy.
Hi! Wait.
And Shark.
I think this anime is meh.
Great to hear. Anyway,
anyways,
so
welcome to Desu, blah blah blah.
Interesting intro.
Yes.
Shark messed it up.
I gladly messed it up.
I got so confused.
Today is lucky.
I'm not even gonna lie, because as soon as you started, I was like, wait, what is he doing?
It's Lucky Star, everybody. It's Lucky Star. Let's take a look at some funny moments. But first of all,
yes,
yeah. So what y'all think is kind of meh, right? Are we gonna? So basically, we're gonna say it's meh. Right?
I'm gonna say it's kind of meh.
I'm impartial to it. I mean, I have fond memories of it. But other than that,
I suppose the audience should just know I've seen all of one episode of it.
Yeah, he really has no leeway for opinion, but
at this point, yeah, I have basically no leeway for opinion, but I've heard a lot of this show, and I've heard a lot of it, like everybody just saying, "Oh, this anime is so good." I'm like,
It's the reason I picked this in comparison to Bakuman is because they're both slice of life, and yet somehow I don't know how I found this one more interesting, despite it being less substantial.
All right, and
in comparison to.
Just like a funny story before we get into like the actual story of this thing. When I was watching the anime, I had to watch off of YouTube because just things I couldn't find it anywhere for some reason. And or at least the dub of it I couldn't really find anywhere in like full episodes. I found like episode 1 full and then I just stopped looking. But I watched both and they were both dubs. But because of copyright reasons for YouTube, the one on YouTube was high pitched.
Oh boy.
That's why.
Oh boy.
That makes so much more sense now.
But honestly, I prefer the high pitch. It was a lot funnier. It sounded like they were all it sounded like that they were all just like sucking on helium.
They basically sound pretty high pitched in the actual voices of Japanese anyway.
Yeah. But anyways,
well, okay. Let's do a brief backstory. From what I can see, the start is a 4-panel comic strip by Kagami Yoshimizu. It's been serialized in the Kadokawa Shoten's, I think it's a Comp-Tick magazine, with a Q at the end, since January of 04.
Magazine, whatever.
There have been cameos of it in other magazines, so kind of like Azumanga Daioh, I guess, similar. There also have been numerous amounts of books, which I've seen a couple. Pardon my bird in the background. Audio CDs, musicals, light novels, you name it, and it's out there. And I've seen some figurines, which, let's face it, I don't want to buy.
Why, you feel like a lolly because of how they look?
It's just... Well, like I said, they're so bland. There's nothing substantial about them. It's like, okay, schoolgirl, and?
True. I mean,
that's it.
Actually, interesting enough, one of the cameos that happens to be in the show itself is from the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, and I was like, whoa, okay.
Yep. Actually, I've heard a lot about that anime as well. I haven't gotten the chance to see it, but I've heard it's really good.
It's a mind screw.
It's confusing.
It's a mind screw. If you don't have time to sit down and actually dedicate yourself to it or the novels, you are going to be so confused.
Yeah. No, that's actually a whole different thing. I want to cover that.
Yeah, that's another story. Wow. Back on topic.
Otherwise, let's just be honest. There's not too much to this anime. In the slightest, even from what I've seen, from the little that I've seen.
To be fair, and I think this isn't the case, it's more in the very, very small intricacies, but they all do kind of build on each other in the show.
I suppose.
I mean, yeah. To be,
I can't really have an opinion because I've watched one freaking episode.
But it's okay. What I like about it is it's not necessarily story-driven, but more character-driven, because the 4 characters of Konata, Kagami, Tsukasa, and Miyuki They don't do much, but it's because of their interplay with each other, just in the small moments, that's what makes, I think, to me, the show.
You think so?
Like, that is the show. It's a brain dead anime that you watch when you don't want to watch a serious one. So it's like, I don't want to put on a serious one, but let's watch one and watch like just average life in Japan from a high school perspective. Oh look, they're being goofy. Let's watch that. And that's, you just kind of let your brain melt away, and then it's like, I'm happy.
And then how many of us tried to memorize the freaking dance?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
I could.
I'm good.
I can't even do the Haruhi Suzumiya dance. Let alone
I
this
learned
one.
both of them in high school. I was bored.
Oh God. Anyways, as far as first impressions go, imagine a 26-year-old male who avoids cutesy anime / manga run into this series. Now imagine the thoughts of said male liking the series without knowing why. It just clicked.
It just
clicked
clicked.
away. That's
basically.
That is certainly not creepy in any possible way. It is certainly normal.
That was basically the impression I got from the show. Is like, why is my brain liking this and not thinking about it? Okay, I'm just gonna let my brain melt and just watch the show, and then it's like, oh, it's over. Wait, was there an arc to this? No, there wasn't an arc to this. Okay, there was. Okay, that's fine.
I mean, admittedly, at least I understand why this anime might get like a lot of views. Like, I understand it more than, let's just say, oh geez, what was the anime that we covered with Animania?
Baka and Test?
Yeah, Baka and Test, you're right. At least I can understand why this anime gets a lot of love more than like Baka and Test, where we just have freaking what's
Fan
its
service
face?
out the wazoo.
Yes, there's that.
I have no qualms with the Hideyoshi crap that we pulled during that show.
Nope. I don't
I
either.
don't think Anime is ever going to do a video with us because of what we did. Because I think we scarred him. I think we scarred him for life.
Yep. He scarred us too.
Yeah, he did. What are you talking about?
Hideyoshi, why are you infecting an anime that has nothing to do with you?
This character.
Oh, well.
What are you talking about?
Anyways, how about we do first impressions before we get too far into this Hideyoshi? We have freaking pictures.
That's basic. That was my first impression.
Yeah, I'll go first.
My first.
My first impression, again, this is somebody who's literally watched only one episode, and that was yesterday. My first anime is just really meh.
Seriously?
Yes.
You only just watched an episode yesterday?
Shut up.
Dude!
Shut up. But no, from like just a fresh perspective of somebody who's just like getting into watching this anime, because again, I just didn't have the time to really watch it. The anime seems kind of just meh. Like, the characters don't seem all that exciting. They kind of seem boring, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, they are. Trust me, they are.
Okay,
But
do the characters get any better? That's my question right now. Do they get at all better, or is it just...
they don't really change. So yes and no, but at the same time, they don't like. They do seem to mature, as at least somewhat mentally, as the series goes on. Not astoundingly so, but they don't repeat the same habits.
Right. Well, I
like they kind of.
I think my favorite part of the episode that I watched was like the Lucky Channel segment.
Yep. Lucky Channel.
Yeah, just because of all the bull. It was fun. Like,
I mean,
why couldn't Lucky Channel be the main show and just get rid of Lucky Star altogether?
That's actually a good point of the characters too. It's not necessarily the main characters that are delivering the humor all on their own. It's half side characters too.
I suppose. Anyways, Sammy, why don't you give your first impression?
First impression, when I first watched it, it was kind of one of those things of, wow, this is sort of mind-numbing. I mean, think about it. The first time I saw this, I was... Jeez. When did this come out? 2007? So I was just like a sophomore in high school. So I'm coming across this thing going, okay.
I'm just gonna back out of the room now.
No, it wasn't even like that. It was just more of, this is something I'm just gonna listen to while I do my homework because it's just blah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Every once in a while I would get interested in these really boring characters for some reason, but at the same time, since I was a high school student at the time, I was going, I can relate.
I mean, I guess a problem I have with this anime is really that there's no substance to it. It doesn't seem like
no, there isn't.
That's the point. I think
there
that's
is
why
no
a
substance.
lot of people. I think that's why a lot of people like it is because it has no substance. Because we always have. I think it's more the fact that we have anime that always have a crud ton of substance. It's kind of nice to have something that has none as kind of a refresher.
But you talked about over substance, and yeah, that's Sword Art Online in a nutshell.
Well, I mean,
so many other shows have done that concept better.
But that being said, I think we can all relate somewhat to Konata because she's the one who wants to stay on the computer games late, and while she's smart in that,
Good lord, yeah.
like she's like
Konata's the one that says, throw your life away to anime and to computers and to games and just let them control your life.
Despite her being good with athletics anyway.
Yeah.
She's athletic.
Like, she actually is good at the, like, when she actually tries in the show, she's great at the physical stuff. Doesn't ever do track or anything, but she's fine. And she's just like, nope, I'm gonna play games. It's like, oh, okay. That's cool.
She also does cheerleading.
Oh, yeah, she does. Well, don't all the girls do, I think?
I think so, yeah. All of them do cheerleading.
Yeah, I mean, that seemed more like an obligation to the series. I don't know. It seemed less of a character quirk and more like, hey, let's make them do cheerleading.
Because, you know, every girl in high school in Japan apparently has to either twirl baton or do cheerleading.
Yeah,
i.e. Cardcaptor's moment. Anyway.
I need to actually watch Cardcaptor Sakura. I haven't seen it yet.
Please watch either the Japanese or the old dub. Do not watch the new dub. It's disappointing as all get out.
Okay.
Just my opinion.
I'll probably watch the sub over the dub, to be honest. Because, yes, I know there's heavy debate of which one's better, but honestly, sub will almost always be better. Unless you're Digimon.
Yay!
I have a friend of mine who will debate you on that.
Bazing.
If you're Digimon, then your dub is probably going to be better than your sub.
I'm just letting you know, a friend of mine will debate you on that. But
Okay,
alright, let's keep going.
Okay,
Keep going.
Kagami and Tsukasa, I think they're my, like, aside from, I mean, okay, again, no substance, but the reason being, there are lots of twin characters I've seen before in series, and I've only liked a couple because they've had at least some kind of interaction or some kind of, like, actual chemistry. And these are one of my favorites, along with Hikaru and Kaoru, is Kagami and Tsukasa, who actually do have interaction, not like, oh, they're twins. It's like, no, they actually act like twins. And, which is, they actually play off each other.
Right.
Because I like the Kagami approach because she is the, I guess, the tsundere of the group. I guess she kind of acts that way.
Oh yeah, that reminds me of the Lucky Channel from episode 1, like from the episode that I watched.
Yeah, that Pink Girl.
Like just the character going to a debate of what tsundere actually is. Like, I imagine that's more of why everybody loves this anime, is because it just does shit like that for no apparent reason whatsoever.
Yeah. Oh, and then what I don't think of Miyuki, the wealthy pink-haired girl.
Can I hug her, please?
I know, right?
Please?
I don't really remember any of the characters. Like, I don't really even have a favorite character. Like, I don't remember any of them.
Miyuki would probably be your favorite because she is moe as all get out.
She's the rich, well-mannered girl.
That would not necessarily mean that she's my favorite character. There's a reason why Honey is my favorite character. It's not just because he's cute, it's because he's a badass.
Miyuki isn't really.
Sure. Then why is Momiji your favorite?
Okay, in that case it is Moe, but
This is basically Miyuki. She's like the well-mannered shy girl in the back, and she's just like I don't know why, like she's just too cute for her own good. She doesn't do much, admittedly, but she's just kind of there to look cute, especially when she has no glasses. It's like, oh, okay, that hits something. All right.
Like, yeah. And I'll talk. I was about to say something, but I'll talk about it in a little bit after we're done talking about the characters.
Oh, that's pretty much all the.
Or are we done?
That's the main 4, and of course, being me, I didn't write down any of the other ones. But at the same time, there's a couple of other. Shut up. I'm not. It's been busy. I kind of want to find the rest. There's a couple of characters on the side that I wanted to look up as I'm actively typing.
Anyways, add maybe a new segment to this show where essentially we talk about anime like this, and we talk about maybe what the anime is missing and how it could actually be better. For me, with this anime, I think how better is if maybe they added sort of a Madoka Magica where they just went completely dark at times. They still have these bright, cheerful characters, but in the background of it all, it just starts getting progressively darker. But the thing is, I don't think that the characters should react to how dark it's actually getting. It should, like, the characters themselves, I don't think should get dark. I think everything else around them should. The characters just shouldn't really react to it, just like how they don't really react to anything else in the anime.
True. Oh, actually, one character I forgot to mention, Patricia, the American exchange student.
Please tell me. Wait, is the character blonde and blue eyes?
Yes.
And probably white.
Yes, she is definitely blonde.
Probably white.
Yeah, she has blue eyes, and she still speaks like Japanese in that kind of like transfer student way. But yeah, she's blonde and blue-eyed, and she likes all the otaku stuff.
Hang on. One more question. Question. Does she have big tits?
Oh my god, really?
So essentially, it's just a stereotypical American girl.
Yes.
But anyways, how about
she
you,
is.
Lamplight? How would you change the show to make it better?
I wouldn't necessarily change the darker tone, because I think in this case you need a show just to veg, and this is one you veg to.
I suppose, but it's like, is there anything that you would change just to like either add a bit of substance or add something that actually makes it worth it to watch this anime?
I think the reason I watched it in the first place was because there was no substance to it. Like, I didn't want to think about it. I didn't want to watch like Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei. I wanted to watch just school antics, and I did. And yeah, like, you want school with substance, and like if you want the same thing but on a much weirder tone, I think it was Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei or Goodbye Teacher or something like that. I'll put it up there.
Oh yes. Oh god, that anime gets dark really quickly.
But it gets nowhere.
I haven't seen it. Don't plan on it.
It gets nowhere. Like it gets nowhere. So it's like, wait a second.
But like, an anime that does what Lucky Star tries to do, which is basically just school antics, better would probably be Udon, if anything.
I can agree with
that. It has the same feel to it, but it actually feels like it has a bit of substance to it.
Okay, I can see where you're coming from, but
that being said, we're not here to say how it's improved. We're here to say what we think of the show itself right now. That being said, the reason I didn't write the plots, the reason I didn't write the plot section of this, there is none. There is literally.
There's really not. It's like a day-to-day thing. Literally, each episode is like, here is a day in the life of this. I'm like, seriously? Okay.
That's basically all it is. But you can tune in, at any time, which is what I kind of liked about it. Is you don't have to wait. You can just kind of like, all right, I'm just gonna tune in for a bit, okay, and then I can watch the next one without having to worry about continuity.
Yeah, at least it's not Inuyasha, where if you miss one episode, you're screwed.
Well, there is continuity in Lucky Star, because at the very end they finally address, oh, we made it through school. Wait, it took you that long to come back to the same arc? It took the whole series.
That's true.
At this point, we can probably move on to favorite moments.
Sure. I guess Sammy, you start this one.
Favorite moments.
I mean, there's lots of small ones.
That would be the dance. The dance.
Of course.
Wait, just let me finish. The dance is one of them, but at the same time, like the dances that are done in there, because I know that one of the mains dresses up with Patricia and another girl to do a Haruhi Suzumiya cosplay.
I think, yeah.
And they actually did the dance for that. So
But,
I think.
Okay,
hang
you know,
on.
Oh, what's your name? I think
It's it was the one with the blue
it
hair.
was Konata, Patricia, and
Right.
Hiyori. I think it was the three.
Okay, but yeah, there's that. Those two moments are probably my favorite because
Right.
it's adorable.
Yeah.
No, what we need now is we need an animation of Sammy's OC dancing to the theme song. We need
I'm
that
not
now.
an animator, so.
That's not happening.
But I think there's one moment that I don't know why it stuck out to me. It's not even I think it's just because I do this too many times. There's a moment when Miyuki, the pink-haired one, is putting a cup in the microwave to warm it. Says she'll come back to get it. And then she warms it.
Completely forgets about it.
And then she goes away. It's cold. Comes back. Oops, I did it again. Goes away. Comes back. Oops, I did. Like she keeps forgetting about it. And then her mother says, "I'll do it. I'll give it to you when it's done." She leaves it too and does it 3 times over. And then they both so they're both like, "Oh, okay. Well, we'll just take it out now." It's like, yeah, I do that way too much as it is. That and the moment when I think it was Kagami discovers Yaoi at the convention. The face she the face she makes in that one scene describes everyone's first exposure at some point. It's like, yep, that's exactly how it goes.
That's a thing. That's definitely a thing. But
true.
me, I think it's just any of the Lucky Channel segments.
Oh, they get worse.
They're
They get worse.
True.
The pink-haired girl.
Just-
I think her name was what's her name? I think it was
so many
I think it was Akira Kagami. Yeah, or Kogami.
One
right.
of those.
Yeah, it's Akira Kogami is she's the pink hair girl who's like really angry but acts really happy. It's like, what the heck?
Do we really need to talk about the location of the series? It's Japan.
It's basically Japan.
It's general Tokyo, I would say.
Yeah.
It's the anime Tokyo. That's pretty much what it is. It's just the anime Tokyo.
Yeah.
Here's how I always see it. It is random Japanese town number A.
Yeah.
Amen.
And we should.
That is essentially how I end up seeing it. Is that the name of the town doesn't exactly matter. It's random Tokyo town.
Well, one of the characters we forgot to mention, Konata's father. He's
right.
kind of the creepy uncle of the whole thing.
A creepy uncle character in a series that has a bunch of lollies in it.
Yep. That no. That
I'll let you guys take that wherever you want to take it.
right.
Just
It's not quite that way. It's not quite that way.
Frick.
No, Lamplight. Let's just move on.
Let's move on.
Please, before this gets worse.
Let everybody think what they want about
They
it.
have anyway. Aside from that, though, that's the biggest thing. There is no real logical angsty pants in this one because there's not enough character to make one.
That's true.
I can't
I'll tell you
really
that.
point in the first episodes. I can't really point one out, but
No,
I think
trust
the
me.
closest one would be. I think the closest one, as far as like attitude comes in, would probably be Kagami, if anything.
Yeah, but she's
maybe
not quite angsty. She's serious, but she's not like to the point of angsty.
She's not angsty on. Let's just say she's not angsty on the level of Sasuke. She has her own.
Oh God, no one is on the level of angsty as Sasuke is.
Nope, not even close.
Like on
Nobody can touch that.
On a scale of oh God, who's the blonde-haired tall guy from Udon?
Tamaki.
Yeah, Tamaki. On a scale of Tamaki to Sasuke, This girl's Kagami
I mean, she's
when it comes to eggs. Technically speaking, you could say Kagami because I'm barely remembering the name. I'm probably not even gonna remember it the next day. But Kagami is probably the logical incipient just by like personality.
but I mean, I wouldn't really call her.
I guess half-heartedly award her that.
Yeah, we just kind of mentioned, but nah, it's fine. Other than that, that's really it. But the reason I mentioned this series in juxtaposition to Bakuman is because it's slice of life, but despite being that, it still gets a following from people because it's lighter, but much more spread out, and I think it's good to balance out something like Bakuman, which is slice of life with a heavy focus, to one which is.
I guess, and I know, like you said, you said that this anime might be better than Bakuman, but I'm gonna have to
didn't say it was better.
He did.
You said it was different,
not
I
better.
suppose.
It's a comparison.
Okay, which one would you prefer watching?
Honestly, this one. Like it's.
I saw that coming. I saw that coming.
It's not. When I watch a series of slice of life, I intend it to be something that's more lighthearted.
Which makes sense. This
Bakuman,
show.
again, if you actually watch Bakuman from beginning to end, it is more lighthearted than you would think it is. But it has those serious moments that come with, the writers were the same writers who wrote Death Note. So
At the same time, though, Shark, if you think about it, this particular one is just. It's not as heavy, and heavy gets tiring after a while.
Yeah, you got a point.
Think about that. Heavy gets extremely tiring after a bit. So having something that's really mindless that you can just watch and be like, "Oh, this is just adorable." It's a god.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna watch an anime about school life, I'd rather watch Uran because it's just the characters are better. The characters are a lot funnier and just a lot, in my opinion,
I
better.
agree.
And more memorable.
I agree. It is definitely much more character in that show. 100%.
Like, this seems to be. It's not that it's made. It's not that it's not well made. It's just it's not as well made as other anime in that genre, such as Uran, such as Fruits Basket.
I agree. That is very true.
Okay, I can agree with that.
But that being said, it doesn't quite work in the sense of the same vein, but I enjoy it all the same.
On the subject of themes, I'm gonna kind of skip out on this one.
There really isn't one.
Because-
I mean, there's...
I didn't watch enough of it to really get a handle on themes.
Well,
on any particular besides maybe random boys random.
The only theme that I've seen in the overarching show, from what I can remember, it's basically just
is random bullshit.
Perseverance in the face of small things, because the small things can be equally as important as building, which is I think why I like the series more. It's small things that built up to be important because you see the small things in life that can affect them, but also it's basically just friendship. It's like you can persevere as a group to take on the challenge.
This is true.
And
I think that.
I think it's kind of what I got from the whole thing is like the group stuck together and succeeded by helping each other out in small ways, which is kind of what kept them going. That, and the small things like Konata's mother being dead the whole series and as being mentioned, is kind of heavy.
Alright, I suppose. But anyways, then, how about we just move on to personal feelings? And again, my personal feelings didn't really change. I don't necessarily hate the show. I don't necessarily like the show. I think it's kind of just meh. That there are just better shows in the same line of genre. That
I can agree.
They're just better shows.
I can agree to that. And yet at the same time, we love it because it's bland. But that's why I watch it, because it's bland. I don't have to think about it too much. I just enjoy.
I don't know. I have to say, I think I actually have sort of the same qualms that you had with Bakuman, in that it's bland in a way that's just too bland. Like, there's just not enough substance for me personally.
Blandy McBlanderson.
Yeah. Anyways, what about you, Sammy?
My personal feelings, I'd say they stayed pretty much the same. I enjoy it for the call-outs it does. I can appreciate the I can appreciate the mind numbingness of it, especially because it's one of those favorites that I grew up with. But at the same time, I probably won't go back and watch it again unless I feel like trying to see if I can not hurt myself trying to do that dance again.
And then how for like. Yeah, I think that's about it, honestly.
Right? Yeah, well, I just wanted to have some fun with a small series that I honestly recommend it. If you want to watch an anime that's not serious but want to have a little bit of like chuckles, this is fine. Like, I think it's perfectly fine. If you're not wanting to watch like something really serious, then by all means.
Yeah,
that I can agree with.
If you want an anime of substance, then this is probably not the anime for you.
Amen to that.
But now and again we need to have our brains just die and just kind of shut off for a bit.
If you want
our brains to die.
Go back watching free shit online.
That sounds like a terrible thing to say, but I don't mean that in a bad way.
I know you don't. At the same time, I can understand mind numbing, especially considering I'm still in school.
Yeah. So and this actually wasn't too far off between between the college and high school years. So while thinking about all that, it was good to have one just to chill. So it's like, yeah, all right, I can appreciate this, and plus, it's just like one of those moments, like the characters are just adorable in what they do. Not even like it's not even in like the cute. It's like this is a cute, adorable, like melt your heart kind of moments. Of like, aw, I can relate to that.
Next month, we're going. I suppose now we can talk about what we're going to be doing next. Next month, we're going to be starting this gigantic series of sort of a retrospective look on the Digimon as a franchise, as an anime, and everything like that. So that should be a lot of fun.
Of the Mon Dig, we're gonna go into the digital. We're gonna go into the digital world.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
No. No.
But yeah, no, we're doing next month. We're gonna be starting a retrospective on Digimon, and yeah, that should be kind of fun. I personally want to make it into like a multi-episode deal of just for like the next couple of months we do Digimon, then Ochu, then Tamers, and on and on and on and on and on and on. My goal right now, the goal that I want to do personally is to cover all the Digimon series completely.
Cover all the Digimon.
Okay, sure.
We'll see how that goes.
Researchers already kind of glaring at the one who's trying to say this because guess who has to type all of that?
Let me gather some information and see if we can. I'll see if I can start researching the next one, and you can like sort through all my notes. But I'm fairly certain that we could do that.
I mean, it's not hard. It's just more of you try to condense a season into 5 sentences or less.
But it's either that, or we're going to be. It's either that, or we do what's it called? The parody of Sailor Moon.
Oh, you
yeah.
Earth Defense Club Love.
Oh please. Yes. That'd be a lot easier. Actually, that'd be a lot easier.
But in that case, we need to bring Silver Quill back on.
Do we? Oh wait, we do.
Want it.
We do. Yeah, he wanted to do it. Yeah, we need to bring
if he can, sure. If he can't, that's fine.
I'll message him and I'll see what he says. But anyways, that's future stuff. For now, we have been too much Desu.
Too much Desu.
And thanks for playing. We'll see you next week.
God.